Hello everyone. Once again I welcome you to the video lecture on transformers and generators. This is the continued part of the second module, that is auto transformers and tap changing transformers. In this video let us discuss equivalent circuit of auto transformer. You know the equivalent circuit of regular transformer. So this is also similar as that of what the equivalent circuit of the regular transformer. So consider an auto transformer. So this is what circuit representation of an auto transformer. You know auto transformer, it consists of a single winding, both primary and secondary is common in single winding. You know here the applied voltage is V1. Due to this applied voltage there will be a current flows I1. Now here the secondary winding is also divided from this main winding itself. So the current which is flowing through the secondary winding is I2. Due to this current flow, so there will be a voltage drop across the load, so that voltage it is represented as V2. You know, so this is considered as a primary winding, this is considered as what the secondary winding. The primary winding has the resistance as well as reactance. So this is called as what the first winding, and this is called as what second winding. The first winding resistance is R1 and its reactance is X1, and the second winding resistance is R2 and reactance is X2. It is R1 and X1 are the resistance and inductance of that part of the winding, which carries a current only I1. Similarly, R2 and X2 are the resistance and inductance of that part of the winding, which behaves as a secondary, and it carries a current of what that I2 current. Now here, so from considering this circuit, so we used to what draw the equivalent circuit of auto transformer. Now here there are two networks. So this is the one network and this is about another network. So both the network I used to what apply Kirchhoff's law. So this is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to this network. So becomes V1 is equals to, so this is the V1 is equals to, that is E1 be the what the induced EMF. So in this particular winding, plus I1 into R1 plus JX1, it is nothing but voltage drop across this first winding, minus I2 minus I1 into bracket R2 plus JX2, it is nothing but voltage drop across the water, the second winding. Through second winding, if this network is to be considered, so the current flowing through this second winding is what I2 minus I1. Now call these two equations. So this is what one equation and this is one more equation. So here, so this is what this I considered from the auto textbook. So this equation it is represented as 3.7.1. This is represented as 3.7.2. Now this is what in general expression of auto transformation ratio. This you know, that is this is the voltage ratio. This is what the induced EMF ratio, and this is what current ratio. Now that is K is equals to V2 by V1 is equals to V2 by E1 is equals to I1 by I2. This is the transformation ratio in generally we know. Now here I just consider this ratio, that is E2 by E1 is equals to K. So from this I just represent E1. E1 is equals to E2 divided by K. Similarly, I will consider the current ratio, that is I1 by I2 is equals to K. So from this I just consider I2. I2 is equals to I1 divided by K, and use these two equations, that is E1 and I2. So in equation number 3.7.1, that is in place of E1 and I2, you just substitute E2 by K, I1 by K respectively. Now substitute here, so this equation becomes V1 is equals to, in place of E1, just substitute E2 divided by K. Here you substitute E2 divided by K, plus in place of I1 you substitute as it is I1, R1 plus JX1 as it is, you just keep. Now here you just in place of I2, so what you used to substitute, that is I1 divided by K. Now you just substitute I1 divided by K here. So and in, you just write this as it is, then you just further make the further simplification. You just make the what termwise what multiplication, that is minus I2 into R2, that is minus j I2 into x2. In this way, just consider multiply these two terms, you simplify, then you will get so this equation, that is V1 is equals to E2 divided by K plus I1 into R1 plus JX1 plus I1 into R2 plus JX2 minus I1 divided by K R2 plus J into X2. Now here, so now here you can consider 3.7.2 and 3.7.3. So call this as 3.7.3. You just consider these two equations. Now in place of E2 here, you just substitute E2 is equals to V2 plus I2 minus I1 into R2 plus JX2. That means put this equation in equation number 3.7.3. So if you substitute here, what will get? V1 is equals to V2 plus I2 minus I1 into R2 plus JX2 divided by K plus, so this you just keep as it is, that is I1 into R2 plus JX2 plus I1 into R1 plus JX1 minus I1 divided by K R2 plus JX2. Now here just use this equation, that is I2 is equals to I1 divided by K, and combining the terms I1. So wherever I1 term will be there, you just separate that I1 term. So now here substitute I2 is equals to I1 by K, where I2 is there. Here you have I2. Now substitute in place of I2, I1 divided by K. Next you just combine the I1 term. Now the expression you will get, that is V1 is equals to V2 divided by K. So here you just take V2 divided by K plus, so here in place of what? So I2 just will substitute I1 by K. So this is I1 by K, I1 by K. Here we'll get I1 as a common. Now you just remove I1 outside. So then you just write down, so the remaining expression, just to take the water termwise multiplication here. Now after whatever the expression you will get, for that you will just substitute I2 is equals to I1 divided by K. Now you will get the resultant expression, that is V1 is equals to V2 by K plus I1 into R2 plus R2 into bracket 1 by K square minus 2 by K plus 1. So this is what real part. Now the imaginary part plus J into x1 plus x2 into bracket 1 by K square minus 2 by K plus 1. Now here you just go for further simplification. So what will you further simplification? So here consider this one. So this is nothing but a square plus b square minus 2ab. You know what is the expression? So this is what a minus b whole square. So this is a, you just consider this is a term 1 by k, and this is a 1 is the b term. Now you substitute here. This is nothing but a minus b whole square. So remaining you just keep as it is. Now similarly here also, just keep 1 minus k minus 1 its whole square. Again you go for the further simplification, just will get the same value. Now, so for simplicity, just I will consider, so v2 by k as what v2 dash plus I1 into, so this I will consider, that is R1 plus R2 into bracket 1 by k minus 1 its whole square. This I will consider as a what, R1e. So next, so this is imaginary term plus j into, that is x1 plus x2 1 divided by k minus 1 its whole square. So this I just considered it as what, x1. With respect to this expression, I used to auto draw the what, equivalent circuit. So how will draw the equivalent circuit? So you know this is what, no load component. So no load resistance and no load reactance. You know, through no load reactance, so the current which is flowing, so that is called as what, magnetizing component of the current. Now the no load component of what, resistance, whatever be the current flowing, so that is called as what, the wattful component of the what, current, or core loss. It is useful for the core loss, since it is also called as what, the core loss component of the current, that is represented as I suffix c. Now combination of these two current, so you'll get what, the no load current, that is I naught. So you know this is R1e. R1e is the what, so this is the what, the resistance of the what, first winding. So this is what, electrically what it is, isolated. Now similarly, x1e be the what, the resistance of what, the first winding, and this is what, electrically isolated. So even you can also say this as what, as referred to what, the primary. One E, it is nothing but what, as referred to what, the primary. Primary one, it is nothing but what, it is the first winding. Just represent it. So since we can represent R1E, isn't it? So similarly, X1E, it is nothing but what? So this is the reactance as referred to what? The primary winding. Primary winding, it is represented as what? It is the first winding. So here, so this is the first winding R1 and X1. So since just take it as what? X1. Now, so here you will get the load side voltage. So this is what V2. So V2 I just represented here what, that is V2 dash. So what is the value of V2 dash? V2 dash is equals to V2 divided by what? K. Now this is the what, the equivalent circuit of auto transformer. Now let us discuss comparison between two winding transformer with auto transformer. Now here I will make two columns. So one column I just represent two winding transformer, another column I just represent auto transformer. You know, as the name itself indicates, two winding transformer, that is it consists of two windings. So that is it has two windings. So auto transformer, it consists of a single winding. Now there is an electrical isolation between primary and secondary in case of two winding transformer. In case of auto transformer, there is no any electrical isolation between primary and secondary. Electrical isolation means what? The separation that is between primary and secondary. So here you will find what? There will be a separation between primary and secondary. So in case of auto transformer, you will not find any the such type of what, separation. Now here the copper required is more. Obviously there the both the windings are what, electrical isolated. So since the copper required will be more in case of what, two winding transformer. Now the copper required in case of what, auto transformer will be what, it is lesser. Efficiency is less as compared to auto transformer. In case of two winding transformer, so there will find the lesser efficiency. Now in case of auto transformer, you will find what, the more efficiency as comparatively what, two winding transformer. Now in case of two winding transformer, the size and cost is higher. Now the auto transformer size and cost is less. So as this size concern, because auto transformer consists of what, single winding, there is no any electrical isolation between primary and secondary. So since the size of auto transformer will be what it is, what, lesser. Now if you consider the cost, so in case of cost, so the cost of auto transformer will be what it is, lesser. Now voltage regulation is poor in case of what, auto two winding transformer. Now here if you consider auto transformer, the voltage regulation is what, it is superior as comparatively what, two winding transformer. Now in case of two winding transformer, copper losses are more. So here you will find the lesser copper losses in case of what, auto transformers. The further comparison is that two winding transformer, the resistance and leakage reactance values are more. In case of auto transformer, the resistance and its leakage reactance values are less. Resistance and leakage reactance means what? Each and every winding, it consists of particular resistance as well as its reactance. So this is what resistance, it is represented as R. Its reactance, it is represented as what? X. So in case of two winding transformer, so this R and X values are more. So in case of auto transformer, R and X values are less. Now the power transformer is fully by induction in case of two winding transformer, because the windings are isolated. If windings are isolated, then the power transformer is what? It is fully by induction. Now in case of auto transformer, the windings are not isolated. The power transformer is by induction as well as conduction, both principle here. So in case of two winding transformer, it cannot be used as variac. So it can be used for the what? Fixed voltage. Now in case of auto transformer, it can be used as a variac. So it can vary the voltage depending upon the what? The requirement. So these are the some difference or some comparison between two winding transformer with auto transformer. Now let us discuss advantages, disadvantages and applications of auto transformer. So what are the advantages of auto transformer? Let us discuss. It uses single winding, so there are smaller and cost effective. So obviously, so you know, so the auto transformer, it has only a single winding, so these are what, smaller in size, and its cost will be what it is, lesser. These transformers are more efficient. So auto transformers are what, more efficient. In these transformers, the voltage can be changed easily and smoothly. So obviously, so this can be used as a motor, the variac. So the any desired voltage you can obtain from this transformer. Now enhanced regulation. Now regulation can be what, it is increased. So by this auto transformer, and the losses are less, fewer losses. It needs less copper. Efficiency is high due to low losses in ohmic and core. So obviously the losses are less, so there will be what, higher efficiency. So these losses will be occurred because of the reduction in transformer material. So obviously the ohmic and core losses, these will be occurred what, because of the what, reduction in the what, transformer material, or you can say that transformer core as well as its winding resistance. Now let's next we'll discuss the disadvantages of auto transformer. What are the disadvantages of auto transformer? So you know, the secondary winding is not insulated from the primary winding. So this is one more disadvantage. So because whatever be the power transfer from primary winding to the secondary winding, so by both the principle you can obtain, that is as well as induction as well as what, conduction principle. So that will not what, easy. So there will be some difficulties in the power transfer. and you cannot obtain or you cannot get the what net power at the secondary side. Used only in the limited places where a slight variation of output voltage from input voltage is required. Now, limited application you can use so such type of auto transformer. Now, applications of auto transformer. So where these auto transformers can be used. So there are some applications of auto transformer. So it is used as a starter to give up 50 to 60% of full voltage to the stator of the squirrel cage induction motor during starting. So obviously the induction motor. So by to start an induction motor, so here we use what the starter. So auto transformer starter is used. So auto transformer it use what the 50 to 60% of its water full load voltage to the water induction motor. So this is one application of auto transformer, and it is also used to give a small boost to a distribution cable to correct the voltage drop. If there is a voltage drop in our distribution cable, so in order to correct that error, that is the voltage drop, so it is used as a water booster to a distribution cable, and is also used as a voltage regulator. So any desired voltage you can obtain from this auto transformer, that you know. So since it is used as a motor voltage regulator, so any system voltage can be regulated by the motor, the auto transformer. It is used in power transmission and distribution system, and also used in the audio system and railways. So in power transmission and distribution system, so if the power will be what regulated for any desired value of voltage, so such type of transformer is used, that is auto transformer. And even it is also used as what the audio system as well as what railways. Obviously in case of railways, so there will be a what the variation in the voltage, so during starting and during what running condition. So in that case the auto transformer can be used, and even in case of what audio system also. So audio, so there will be a variation in the what the audio. So since the variation in the water voltage with respect to variation in the voltage, so there will be water, so change in the water the audio system or audio device. So in that case the auto transformer can be used. So this auto transformer has a motor, the wide range of applications usually. So this can be used in case of water the to operate some devices, some specific range and some requirement. So in that application, auto transformer can be used. So this is about the auto transformer comparison, advantages, disadvantages and applications. So in next video, we'll come up with so one more type of transformer, that is a tap changing transformer. So till then, thank you.